Rony opened his brokerage app. His $8,000 investment was now showing $5,400. He sat on the edge of his bed, staring at that number. But across town, James was looking at the exact same numbers, and James was smiling. What did James know that Rony did not? Rony opened his brokerage app on a Monday morning, and his hands started shaking the moment the screen loaded. His $8,000 investment was now showing $5,400. In just 3 weeks, he had lost $2,600, money he had saved by skipping vacations, cutting meals, and working extra shifts for an entire year. He sat on the edge of his bed, staring at that number, feeling sick to his stomach. The red arrows were everywhere. Every single stock was bleeding. His heart was racing, and his mind was screaming one thing: sell everything right now before it gets even worse. But across town, James was looking at the exact same numbers, and James was smiling. What did James know that Rony did not? That one difference would change both of their financial lives forever. What is actually happening right now? This is not a small dip. The stock market has been falling for weeks, and millions of Americans are watching their life savings shrink every single day. The S&P 500 is down sharply. Tech stocks are bleeding badly. Retirement accounts that took years to build are losing thousands of dollars in a matter of days. And the fear spreading through the market right now is moving faster than the crash itself. Trump's new tariffs have sent shockwaves through global markets. Supply chains are under pressure. Big companies are warning about lower profits. And on every news channel, every financial expert has a different opinion, which makes everything 10 times more confusing for the average person just trying to protect their money. But here is the truth that nobody is saying clearly enough. Panic is not a strategy. Panic is the most expensive financial mistake a person can make. Look at 2008. Look at the COVID crash of 2020. Look at the dot-com collapse. In every single one of those crashes, the people who sold at the bottom locked in their losses forever. And the people who stayed calm and stayed invested walked away wealthier than they were before the crash even started. History is not subtle about this. It screams the same lesson every single time. The morning Rony saw those red numbers, he called his friend Marcus. Marcus had also lost money. Marcus was also scared, and Marcus said the exact same thing Rony was thinking. Get out now before it goes to zero. Two frightened people making the same emotional decision at the worst possible moment. This is not an accident. This is human psychology working exactly the way Wall Street expects it to work. When retail investors panic and sell, someone else is on the other side of that trade, buying those exact shares at a massive discount. That someone is not another scared person. That someone is a hedge fund, an institution, a billionaire investor who has lived through 5 crashes and knows exactly what comes next. When you sell during a crash, you are not protecting yourself. You are transferring your wealth directly to people who are calmer and more patient than you. Rony sold everything that Monday morning. He felt relieved for about 2 days. Then the market started recovering, and Rony watched from the sidelines as his stocks climbed back up without him. His $5,400 cash was sitting in a savings account, earning almost nothing, while the stocks he sold were going back up every single week. The loss he was so desperate to stop became permanent the moment he hit sell. That is the sell everything trap, and millions of Americans fall into it every single crash. What smart money actually does during a crash. James saw the exact same red numbers that Monday morning. His portfolio was also down. He had also lost money on paper. But James had one rule memorized that completely changed how he saw the situation. Be greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett said those words, and right now, Warren Buffett has over $160 billion in cash ready to deploy. Not because he is scared, but because he has been waiting for exactly this moment. Smart investors do not see a market crash as a disaster. They see it as the biggest sale of the year. The best companies in America, Apple, Microsoft, Google, the entire S&P 500, are now available at a 20 to 30% discount compared to just a few months ago. Think about that for 1 second. If your favorite store put everything on sale for 25% off, you would not run away from the store. You would buy more. The stock market is doing exactly that right now, and most people are running away. James did not run. James opened his investing app, took a breath, and added $300 to his index fund position. Not because he knew exactly when the market would recover, but because he knew with complete certainty that it would. Exactly what you should do this week. So what is the right move for you right now, this week, with your actual money? Step 1. Do not touch your existing long-term investments. If you are in index funds or strong individual stocks, your only job right now is to do absolutely nothing. Doing nothing is a strategy. It is actually the hardest and most profitable strategy in a crash. Step 2. If you have any extra cash available, even a small amount, consider adding to your position slowly. You do not need thousands of dollars. Even $50 or $100 per week into an S&P 500 index fund right now means you are buying at a discount that may not exist 6 months from now. Step 3. Stop checking your portfolio every single hour. Every time you open that app and see red numbers, your brain produces cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and cortisol makes you want to do something, anything, to make the fear stop. That feeling is what causes bad decisions. Check your portfolio once a week at most. Step 4. Be honest with yourself about your risk level. If this crash is keeping you up at night, you are probably invested more aggressively than your personality can handle. There is no shame in adjusting to a level where you can sleep calmly, because calm investors make rational decisions, and rational decisions make money over time. 6 months after that Monday morning crash, Rony had $4,100 sitting in a savings account. He had sold at the bottom, missed the entire recovery, and was now too scared and too embarrassed to get back into the market. James had $13,400. He had stayed invested, added a small amount during the lowest point, and watched his portfolio recover and grow beyond where it started. Same crash, same fear, same red numbers on the same Monday morning. 2 completely different decisions, 2 completely different financial futures.
The stock market has crashed before, and it has recovered every single time, without a single exception in history. The crash is never the problem. The real question is what you decide to do while everyone around you is panicking. Because that one decision, sell or stay, will define your financial life more than your salary, more than your job, more than almost anything else. So when the market crashes again, and it will, are you going to be Rony, or are you going to be James? Hey, if this video gave you something to think about, that's exactly why I make these every single day. Most of this stuff nobody ever teaches you, and I just think that needs to change. So if you got value today, hit subscribe.